Okay guys, we're going to do a tour of the whole property. This is the gate that I showed you the other side of, you know what I mean? And I'm going to do a little pan around the parking lot and talk you through it. If you can tell, there's more parking. Here is where those golf cart and taxis are. This is the path to go down into the chapel. Here's my car. Here's the rest of the parking lot, and this is like the parking lot is quite expansive. She told me it has room for 200 cars. This is up the hill towards the road, towards Old Santa Cruz Highway. Okay, let's keep walking. Sorry for making you dizzy. I'm coming down this hill here. I'm going to try to do the whole thing on one piece of footage. I don't know if it'll be able to email this way. I might have to break it up later. But okay, here's the cute little sign that says, "Welcome to Nestle Down. Please park and walk down." So we're going to walk down this path. The whole property, guys, is really lovely and not as big as you'd think. You'll see. We're going to do the whole walk on one reel. This is just a little facilities maintenance shed thingy here on the left. I'll get to it. This also, she mentioned, is the area where people have to smoke. Okay, it's like a little alcove area. This is looking back to the parking lot. Okay, going back around and back down the hallway, or back down the path. You guys are going to be so dizzy and sick. You should take a Dramamine now. Okay. Here's a little sign for the Willow Loft, which, by the way, is the barn. It used to be called the Willow Loft, and then they changed the name. Okay. So here comes a golf cart, like, screaming up the pathway. I'm going to move along to the side. Holy crap. Hi. So this is what it looks like when it's all dusty. Okay, walking down the pathway. I hope you don't get too sick from this. I just really want to keep it going so that you can see how far it is. Okay. I'm going to pause for a second and show you on the side of the trail off to the left down here is beautiful foliage, greenery. You hear that noise? That's the fountain that's going down at the ceremony area, which, by the way, you can turn on or off for your ceremony. Still walking. Close your eyes if you need to. This is a semi-steep hill, but really not a big deal. It's kind of paved with gravel overlay. Brooke told me that you should really make a note of telling people that they should not wear nice heels. It's mostly grass and gravel. You certainly don't need flats, but I wouldn't wear anything with a thin stiletto heel. Incidentally, I am wearing heeled boots today, which is not my norm, but I thought I'd look sharp and make a good impression for you guys, and I'm totally overdressed. This is beautifully, beautifully gorgeous area. Okay, I'm going to pause on the walkway here to show you on the right. This is the lawn where we will eat. Okay, this is a weird angle, but I just want you to see how close it is to everything. Next up here on the right is the barn. Okay. Straight ahead is a big green tarp tent, which will not be there in June. They use that as the catering tent in the wintertime. Okay, so we're going to come up a little bit further here. This is like a total of a 5-minute walk from the parking lot to the ceremony, and you hit the barn on the way to the ceremony. Okay, I'm going to give you a glimpse of the barn, but then we're going to come back after the ceremony area. This is the barn. Can you see anything? Kind of whited out with the light. Sorry, it's really sunny. This is the treehouse. It is so cute and so cool. Okay, we'll look more at that later. This is a really cool bear statue. Okay, walking down a tiny bit more here. You know what? Now that we're in the shade, I'm going to turn around and show you the barn again. Ta-da! Okay. Here we go. Sign coming up here for the chapel. See it right here? Chapel. Good. I'm doing this on my little flip video phone, so you know, I hope it's kind of giving you what you need. It's not my true handheld, but it has a USB port and I can just email things to you directly. Walking down the path, this is all dirt with some big old rocks. So this is actually kind of treacherous. I mean, it can be done, but that little stretch of like maybe, I don't know, 50 yards was without steps. Now there are these little steps. I'm going to give you a better view instead of looking down at my feet, but I got to be careful not to trip. There's a big old stump. I don't know what that's doing there. So we're heading down about, I don't know, 20 more stairs maybe. Oh, by the way, I'll show you this when we come back up, but there's this little path to the right here that sneaks on over to a little bench where you guys can have like a little private moment after the ceremony if you want to. Going down the steps. Give you a little look around. Back up towards the barn area. Is this gorgeous or what? Okay. Okay, almost done. You'll see as we come into this clearing, this paved, you know, area. That's where the seating is going to be. Oh, I lied. Sorry. This is the little path that leads you to your own private bench. There's a little bench up there, and then there's a little further bench over there. Not sure if you can see that, but she said sometimes the caterer will set up like champagne and goodies for you. There's also kind of a cool chair, this neat wooden chair right over there, for like one cool vantage point for the whole thing. I don't know why you would ever use that, but okay, so this is the little area. Now keep in mind that everything here is not planted yet, so they will have colorful impatiens and everything all over the place for more color, especially in this round circle thing in the center here. Here are some benches, seating that goes around. I want to give you the whole picture here. Here's the big paved area where the seating will be. Okay, and I'm going to stand in the center of it and give you like a panorama view. Just a moment. Okay, this is where people traditionally do the ceremony. You've seen this. There's that crazy waterfall going. Optional. You can turn that thing off if you want. She said they will skim the pond so it doesn't have a film on it. Every now and then you get some birds, but not usually. All the greenery that you saw in that picture was natural, except for, of course, the color that the florist put in. So there's that. Here's a pretty little path that goes to who knows where. Here's back to the path. That's the path going back up. And here's this beautiful, I don't even know if you can really get a sense for how gorgeous this is, but the trees are great old growth. She said some people choose to do their ceremony in this direction so that people have the water to their back. The guests have the water to the back and they are looking that way. Continuing to pan around. Behind this giant tree right here, covered in a blue tarp, but it won't be covered in a blue tarp, is the audio system. And then right over here is the bridge where people that are coming by golf cart will be dropped off. Everyone else will have to walk down that big treacherous thing. And here's the big trellis. Okay? So there's the ceremony area. I hope that did justice to it. Now, I'm going to keep walking because I just want you to see how close everything is. Alright? And if this makes you sick, my apologies. Okay, here we go. Walking up. Here's that little sneaky sideways getaway. So, the flow will be such that you will all, like maybe the photographer will keep you down there if you want to do some pictures down there, and then your guests will all be led up this walkway. I'll show you. This is where we came down.